Hey y'all, good morning. It's Sunday, July 24th, and I'm Rachel. I'm gardening for butterflies on the Gulf Coast in Zone 9A. I'm on the Alabama Gulf Coast, and I'm doing it mostly in containers now because armadillos have been attacking my yard, and I've decided I'm just not going to fight them. I have originally gardened in containers for the most part for the past 6 or 7 years once I moved down here because well, for a lot of reasons. Actually, armadillos were digging things up, but also I just wanted to be able to control, how things grew. I didn't think that our soil was very good, and this past year I decided I was going to amend it and I was going to grow in the ground, and it was doing pretty well, until the armadillos found the backyard. So today I thought I would show y'all just about some containers and tell y'all about some things that have been happening in the garden. So let's go look. Before I talk about containers, I got to show y'all this Desdemona. Isn't she lovely? She's so little, but it's just gorgeous. And here's my sweet Afton, sweet Afton. Afton, sweet Afton smells. Oh, look at this. Watch. This one's going over, but it smells so good. Some things that I've learned about growing in pots that down here especially, I mean it may not be the case in other places where they get more rain and things, but I would just never buy another pot this size. This is just too small. It needs a lot of watering. I put this Duranta in it to put it somewhere, but these pots are just really not big enough to keep outside. They really need to have houseplants in them because they just don't hold enough water or soil, and they need too much attention. The pot size that I would recommend buying, I just wouldn't even go any smaller really, is something like this. I got this one at Lowe's this year, and this is a great time to buy pots because they're starting to mark them down. It's the end of the season and you can find some really good deals on pots. So I'm starting to favor the resin pots over the pottery ones because they're lighter, they're easier to move. I like to move my pots around. I was going to show y'all some that are very inexpensive right now at Walmart. This one right here you can get for $10, and I was like, why is it so cheap? And then I realized what it is the color is just on the outside, it's not on the inside, so the inside part is ugly, but if you grow something big enough you're never going to see the inside of the pot anyway, so that really doesn't matter. And this pot, I think it was $15. I got it at Lowe's, and you can get those in blue and turquoise. They had a ton of them, so you should probably still be able to get those. And I was going to show you my favorite kind right now, and it's available at Walmart. And they used to have blue, but now they only have turquoise. And it's this one right here. And I don't mind the turquoise, I think it's pretty, but here's what I love about these pots, and they're made by this is resin. They're Better Homes and Gardens pots. What I like about them is the base is almost as wide as the top, not quite, but it's not very tippable. It's pretty solid. It's not going to fall over. And here's another one of those. I really like how it looks like pottery. The coloring is pretty. It just blends in with the garden. Here's another one of those $10 pots from Walmart. And I don't remember, I want to say that they're also Better Homes and Gardens, but they may not be. But I know this one is for sure. But this is that Amistad salvia that I had to dig up because it looked like it was dying. And look, it's coming back so well. And then my other Amistad, the one that was a tree size, that's this one. I cut it all the way down to the ground and it's coming back. So I'm really thankful for that. I have more salvias that I'm gonna have to dig up because they're in spots where they're just really not thriving. So I'm gonna dig them up and put them in pots. And you know what I did? I went back and I looked, and this is that Zinderella zinnia. It's just not doing, it's just not making those cupcake-like blooms. But I don't mind that it's changing pink. So I mean, it starts yellow, goes to pink. It's supposed to be peach, but it's pretty, and I'm really enjoying that. But I'm just going to show y'all. Oh yeah, I think I've already said something about this. I'm so surprised by this verbena right here. It had looked scraggly, and now it's happy again. I'm not quite sure how to make it happy. I think it's just doing it itself. Something that I'm going to be doing in the next few weeks is rescuing some plants, because I have some plants that I'm concerned that the armadillos are going to dig up, and I'd rather them not. So, and I have some that aren't doing well where they are, and I want to be able to take them and put them somewhere else. So I'm really thankful that pots are about to really go on sale. So y'all look out for them. And then I'm going to do some experimenting with making my own potting soil for my pots. And I'll try to keep track of it so I can keep y'all up to date on how that goes. I wanted to show y'all how crazy tall this summer romance rose has gotten. I am not going to cut it down because, I mean, it's 2 or 3 feet taller than me, because look, it's got these buds on the end of it, and I want to see them blooming, but it's just super tall. I should have cut it back, but anyway, I'm going to tell y'all, this summer romance is making me so happy. I mean, like, really, it is a great rose. I think the star roses do better down here. I got these from, it's called, I think it's P&K Nursery, and it's in Alberta. But they also go to Palafox Market. I don't think they bring roses with them. You have to get the roses, and they usually have them in the spring. Because look at this sweet spirit rose. I mean, it's just covered in buds and blooms. Really, really impressive. I've been reading Klaus Dalbu's book called Containers in the Garden, and he recommends unglazed pottery pots. This is the only one I own, but don't you love the patina on it? Isn't that fun? I bought this at a garage sale, and I put these basil in it because I figured they'd be kind of tough. But it is hard to keep an unglazed pot like this watered for long down here, because it just dries out so fast. That pottery soaks up the moisture, and it's too much to keep it well watered here. So I would not recommend that kind of pot. I have to really baby those kinds of pots, and so I had some and I kind of did away with them. That one I'm keeping because cute. And here's something cool right here, y'all. This is a baby Ruellia. This has somehow migrated across the path from where its parent is over here, and it hasn't flowered yet, so I'm guessing it's going to be a Katy pink. But hey, I love that. I don't know what the seeds look like or how that happens, but yeah, I'm into it. My giant salvia, as always, is a big hit with the bees. And I think this is like either Mystic Spires or Indigo Spires. If you look them up you'll figure it out. I've had it for so long. This is one that I did from cuttings from one that I've had in the front for, I guess, almost 8 years now. But I love the flowers on it, and I love that the bees love it so much. I mean, it's such a pollinator attractor, and I'm just so thankful that God takes care of all the pollination. You know, I can plant stuff, but that's about it. If the plants want to grow, that's between them and God. I just tell him, I'm like, listen, you and God are going to have to work this out, because I'm just going to water you and feed you, and y'all do the rest. And God really answers my prayers. I'm so thankful that he's working all things out for the good of those who love him and are called according to his purpose. This section right here is one of my favorite gardening moments right now. It is so fun, and I'm loving the colors, and some of it I did on purpose, and then some of it is just kind of serendipitous. But I'm sure I've told you all about these before, but of course that's Duranta, that's Everillo Carex, this is Penta's, Vinca. These are the white Mexican, wait, is it Mexican? No, Heather, yeah, Mexican Heather. And then these are those coral nymph salvia. And then this is globe or ball basil. And then another Duranta and some white pentas back there. And then I have, of course, the indigo spire salvia here. And I have some back here that are just barely starting to come back again, because I had them planted here and here. But that's the Blew My Mind Morning Glory. And then here are some Vinca that just came up from seed by themselves. And I've got my 2 rose bushes that they're really like rose sticks right now. But that is, let's see, I think it's Desdemona right here, and then Emily Bronte right there. But these colors together are just so fun, and just the shapes and the textures, it's just really making me happy. I know I've shown y'all these Jewels of Opar flowers before, and I just need to show you how tiny they are, because I will have to tell you something super cool about them. Let's see if I can zoom in and get one. Okay, see, look how tiny that flower is. And I saw a hummingbird drinking from it. These teeny tiny little flowers. How on earth do they even hold anything tasty enough, juicy enough for a hummingbird? And also, look at these tiny, tiny flowers. And this little bumblebee is all over them. These are the flowers on the coleus. They're so little and insignificant, and yet there's a bumblebee drinking from them. But also, I did see a hummingbird drinking from these very flowers. The flowers on this coleus. Is that not incredible that they can get juice from these teeny tiny little flowers? It's so adorable. I'm very surprised by the very huge bloom on this hydrangea. These hydrangeas are some that I propagated from cuttings, and they never did well. Well, last year they didn't. That's when I planted them out here, because I had some stuff growing in front of them and it was shading them out too much. And also the deer came along and bit the tops off of them and ate them up. But they're doing really well right here now. They seem to like this. This is kind of the north side of the lemon tree, and it's doing pretty good. It's Friday morning, and the garden is just looking particularly pretty to me. I don't know if it's because we've got this cloud coverage and so all the colors are just popping out because it's, they're just saturated. I'm going to do some things today. This pot right here desperately needs to be redone. I need to put these plants in a bigger pot because they don't ever seem to be able to get enough water. But I wanted to show y'all something in here. Aren't the colors just so lovely? It's just so pretty. The Sweet Spirit Rose is looking so well. I have not sprayed any of my roses with anything, and I haven't even tried to keep them from having black spot. It just seems like they're just gonna have it. But this is that Summer Romance Rose, and it's got black spot, but it still has leaves. And but here's what I wanted to show y'all. Aren't you just loving that right there? Oh, the blue, so fun. But here, look at this. This is the Sweet Spirit Rose, and she's just got so many buds and blooms on her. I haven't done anything, not anything at all, to encourage her, and yet there she is, just busting out all over. In fact, I'm so surprised that she's even surviving, because you can see down in there the armadillo comes around and digs around the base of my roses all the time, and I was thinking about digging them up and putting them in pots once it gets cooler. I don't want to do it but I don't think I'm going to do it with Sweet Spirit. She seems to be fine, but I'm going to do it with the David Austin roses. And I wanted to show y'all how I'm having a fun garden moment right here with this pink grass. I don't know if it's fountain grass, but and then this chartreuse coleus, and then with the rose of Sharon popping right there. Don't you love those three things together? I'm loving that. I didn't expect that. That was, just something that I planted, and then I just and then it came up together, and I really like it. And look at these. Oh, aren't they fun? This is the first time I think I've ever grown Black-Eyed Susan successfully. I'll say that, because I'm sure I've bought some before and killed it very quickly, but seems to be doing well in this pot, I guess. I think the pictures that I see of them, they usually look a little more full than that, but maybe that's their second year growth. I don't know. But here are those Zinderella zinnias that I started from seed. I just threw in this pot, and they're just not doing what I expected them to do. Although, you know what, I am appreciating how, here's what's cool about them. I do like this. Okay, when they first open up, they've got kind of this yellow look, and then they get a little bit pinker. I don't know if you can see that. And then they get really pink. So they're color changing, which I think that's neat. I don't know if I'll ever grow them again, because I like for zinnia flowers to be huge. I like those giant zinnias. So those are more of my favorite. But look at these colors. Isn't that fun? Having so much fun over here. I think I'm going to trim this Cara orange tree, and maybe so it'll be more full at the top and round rather than droopy like that. Not really a fan of that droopiness. Man, we'll just see what happens. I don't know. I've never really tried to shape a tree. Just so much fun colors. It just ought to be fun, and now that I'm embracing growing in containers, I feel a lot more free, because I don't come out here and wonder what sort of horrors I will find from the armadillo's depredations of the garden, because him's naughty. Him's so naughty, and him's so busy. Him's a naughty, busy little animal. Or maybe there's more than one. Maybe there's a family of them. I don't know. But they have worn me out. But I've decided I don't want to train. I don't want to trap them. I don't want to kill them. I don't want to fight them. We're gonna coexist, y'all. That is what's gonna happen. I've made some strides in the symmetry of this little container garden right here in front of my screened-in porch today. So this coleus right here was in the backyard until about 5 minutes ago, and it was sticking out like a sore thumb. It's this coleus that's super special to me though, because it's Alabama sun coleus. It was grown in Selma, Alabama. And I am really liking it, and seriously liking the pot. I got this pot at Old Time Pottery in Foley. Don't you love the color? But it was in the garden, and I went and just did a little short video, and it was standing out like a sore thumb after I watched the video. I was like, why have I been letting that stay? And also, this wasn't completely symmetrical yet, because, well, anyway, it needed something in the center. So now it's got it, and it's cheering me up. And I was just going to show y'all how I'm letting these jewels of opar just grow wherever they feel like it. This is jewels of opar right here. And it's going to have those little pink flowers on it. And I have them coming up kind of in a lot of pots in the backyard. I just kind of toss the seeds around like crazy. I had to stop for a minute because we're near the Naval Air Force Base, and they come over a lot with their train and stuff, and it gets a little noisy around here. But I do love them. Like, you can see the blue angels on occasion coming by, and especially you can hear them, even if you can't ever see them. But you can hear them flying by on the regular. But yeah, so I'm really liking this now. This is a joy, and it does bring a lot of joy to butterflies and bees, and it's really fun to watch them do their thing over here. Oh yeah, like that little green, let's find him. There him is. That little green guy, he is so busy on these things. They love them, and they only kind of, oh wow, look, there was a little bit of a fight there, I think. But they only, open up during the day, and most of the time I'm not here to enjoy it because I'm at work. But today I get to see them going crazy over these purslane flowers. Those are a lot of fun. Do you see that guy on the end of the bird feeder? He is not happy. That lizard right there, I don't know if he's either trying to ward someone away from his territory, or he's trying to look all hot for some girl. Can't tell. This red ant is a cattle ant. He's about 1 inch long, and they will sting the fire out of you. When I was a kid, I played with these, and I, thank God, was never stung by one. I didn't know how painful they could be, but isn't it pretty? Gosh, I wish I could get it in. It's really busy. Cattle ant. Don't touch these, y'all. I wonder if there are more of these cattle ants. I'm out here in the front yard, and this guy seems to be flummoxed by the hose. Thank y'all so much for joining me in my garden. I am having so much fun sharing with y'all. Y'all are precious. And God bless you and have a great week. Thanks. Bye.